Yo, hello and welcome to today's stream. ¿Qué tal estáis? Bienvenidos al stream de hoy. Espero que estéis teniendo un buen día. I hope you're all having a great day today. Welcome to the most normal paid Monday in a while. We're back to the normal Monday schedule. This Thursday there won't be a Monday. This week. Only this week. Maybe the next two. Who knows? Welcome! Yo Chris, yo Tetera, yo Moisés, ¿qué tal? Hoy tenemos un lunes normal. Este jueves probablemente no habrá lunes. El siguiente tampoco. Creo que estamos de vuelta al horario de siempre. Así que supongo que toca continuar. I guess we gotta continue. So, I did not do my homework. I'm sorry. I did not do it. The character that doesn't have references still has no references. We'll get to that next week, maybe. Perhaps. Hopefully I can have a good design for him back by then. So far, I guess we can continue line arting the others. We can give some colors to the first ones. And yeah, at least we can continue with some stuff. Yoga Love Nights, welcome! Yeah, things have gotten a bit better. Guys, I had very bad luck in the past days. I didn't mention it on Friday, but actually, I was without water for the entire weekend. I have water again now. It got fixed today. Everything that breaks has to break on a Friday, because this way you cannot call anyone to fix it until Monday, and you have to spend the entire weekend stressing out over something being broken and not working, and sometimes it's something essential like water. It's all fine now. I have water again. It was kind of scary. Holy shit! It was like, wow, what the hell? Like I called the water company to come check it out. Apparently things were okay, so it must have been something from like the tubes. And until today, I wasn't able to call like I don't remember what the job is called. Plumber, what Mario is. Yeah, I wasn't able to call Mario until today. So today Mario went in the tubes and fixed the water, so all is fine now. I have water again. Yippee! Yeah, I was giving my cats bottled water for the weekend. They had the premium water. Yeah, muchas gracias. Me gusta cómo ha quedado la miniatura. Estaba pensando en qué juego jugar mañana y vi que tenía el Slay de Alice y fue como, wow, es verdad, tengo pendiente jugarlo. Espera, vamos a empezar a hacer line art. Acabo de darme cuenta de que se me olvidaron cosas aquí. I just realized that I forgot some things here. I forgot these crushed thingies in here. Let's do that first. Yo, Quincy's, welcome! How's it going? No te creo que haya ido Mario si se llevan mal. Tienes razón. No fue Mario, no. It wasn't Mario, no. I said Mario, but it was not Mario. I would not let Mario in my house. But at least now it's fixed. Now it has been fixed. Maybe it was Mario who broke my pipes. Maybe it was that, yeah. If you don't have water, you'll be double ghost. I'll be a dehydrated ghost. I have water now. Fortunately, I had ways of getting water on an emergency, so I've been having to work with pails of water. I had like a bunch of pails of water, buckets of water, and bottled water, so all was fine. I did not get dehydrated. I had at least water for drinking, but it's really uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable being without water. Es muy incómodo estar sin agua. Al menos tuve maneras de poder tener agua así de emergencia en cubos y tal, pero fue muy incómodo. Pero ya está. Okay. What was missing in these lines is done. So now we can continue with the rest. Oh, maybe I could add the base colors of the first one first. Maybe I could give base colors to these three first. You know what? Let's do that. This way we can get the first row looking a little bit more colorful. This way we can leave the boring part of doing line arts for later. Okay. Let me get the colors. Some of these things. Here we go. Work will be busy later. Good luck. I hope it goes well. I hope that today's work goes smoothly. And that you can have a good rest at home later. Let's see. You can now enjoy a little bit of a moment of respite before work. Enjoying the breakfast with some calm and quiet before the storm. ¡La quitan los jueves! ¡No! ¡Qué terrible! ¿Dónde se la llevan? Literalmente, ¿para qué la quieren? Es tu agua. It's your water. Why do they want it? Okay. Here we go. Let's hide the sketch layer because we don't need it for anything. I promise. Well, I cannot promise it. I was gonna say I promise that next day I'm gonna have my homework ready, but knowing my history with doing my homework, I cannot promise anything. I'll have it done at some point. There's no hurry. I just haven't been inspired to work on the design yet. But we'll get there. It will get done eventually. Now I'm excited to play tomorrow's game. It looks super cute. I've had it since pretty recently on Steam. There was a pretty nice sale and I got it some months ago back then. It looks super cute, but also from the title makes me think we're gonna try our best to survive. But it looks so cute. No como los demás del stream que estamos aquí sin hacer nada. Mucha gente de aquí tiene que chambear mucho. Menos yo. Yo aquí estoy. Esto es mi trabajo en cierta manera. This is my work in some way. Closest thing to my work. I forgot a lot of lines on Crossel. Se me olvidaron unas cuantas líneas. Por ejemplo... Pero esto... First of all, these... Let's fix all the little unpainted spots. And now let's add the extra lines that I forgot. Here we go. Here. Something I've also been doing this weekend has been trying out some more things on Rampai. Doing my best to get that visual novel done. It's been pretty fun, even though it's code. It is pretty fun actually. Coding is kind of fun when you do it voluntarily and not by obligation. Programar es incluso un poco divertido cuando lo haces por diversión y no porque te obligan. He estado este fin de semana trasteando un poco más con Renpai para ver cómo hacer la novela visual y es divertido. It is pretty fun. Still need to do a lot of things. I need to get the title screen a little bit more finished. I might do a members stream this Wednesday. I know I've been saying that for quite a bit, and then I haven't done it. But it is very possible. It is very, very likely that I will do that this Wednesday. Because this way, I can get to work on visual novel a little bit. How does this work? Wait. I missed some other lines here. There we go. Read those horror stories of programming at ID Software back in the 97. What horror stories? I think I haven't heard them. Now I'm curious. There's a lot of horror stories in programming in general. Like my Mario 64 assignment. Gives me nightmares to this day. Good thing it was not Mario, the plumber that came to fix the tubes of the water. My what? Yeah, so story time. A while ago, when I was in Gamer University, there was one assignment I had to do that was programming a level of Mario 64. And it was the worst programming experience I've ever had. It was terrible. I didn't know how to do half of the things because I'm bad at programming. And I did super badly and I stressed out so much with it. Never again. Only one of my many bad experiences with Mario. Mario and I, we don't get along too well. It's hard work, but the people are good and it's enjoyable. That's one of the things that makes a job easier. If the people are kind to you and at least it's enjoyable, even if it's hard, you end up finding some joy in it. Makes it easier at least to go through it. Back when I was working, it was also a pretty comfy job. The people were also nice most of the time. I only had like 2 or 3 bad encounters, and it was for very silly things. But most of the other people were really nice. It was very comfy. Pizza Hut or Domino's Pizza? I don't usually order pizza, so I guess neither. I make my own pizzas with slices of bread. Without cheese, of course. Yoko Mono! Yoko Nirvanda, welcome! How's it going? Cheese tasting stream? No, that's in the next room over. Yeah. You gotta go to the, you know, the if you leave through the door that you're right, you're gonna see another door to another stream. And that one is the cheese tasting stream, yeah. Have you heard about horror drawing stories in 20? What? You mean like this decade? In 20? Do you mean this decade? A lot of them, yeah. Okay, let's go with the same color. Here, color stories about drawing in 20. Stories about artists who coloring this drawing the same layer as the line art. Hits too close to home. That's terrifying. Might have been me. I am in this picture and I don't like it. Programming is scary, especially at 80s software in the late 90s. American Magi was sabotaged by... What? Yikes! I had not heard of those actually. What the hell? 18-hour work days? How do they fit that many hours in a day? There's barely any more hours. I think we all collectively, we need to say no to crunch culture. No crunch allowed. The only crunch allowed is the crunch when you bite onto a piece of toast or fried potatoes or chips and it goes crunch, crunch in your mouth. That's the only crunch that we should have. The delicious sound of crunch. Just program. It sounds like hell. Holy shit. No wonder people were going insane. I would say glad that things are better, but you hear some things also nowadays from game companies. We game devs, we are not the sanest bunch. We try our best. Okay, we're gonna get some blue for these. Here we go. You were literally all night. But I sleep during the day. It's just the same schedule, but kind of upside down. It's just a reversed schedule. But the hours are the same. Somehow. More or less. In my defense, my work and my rest are kind of the same thing. So technically I'm always working in a way, but it's enjoyable work. At least that I can say. Maybe something a bit more gold. Like this is technically work and also a break for me. White. We can, yeah, let's just make it white. There we go. That's one set of base colors on. Next one. Isn't it nice to have color references? Very nice and practical. I should learn from that and make some more good references for the rest of my characters, instead of leaving them undesigned forever. Okay, horns. Maybe? Let's make the horns a little bit more blending with the skin. There we go. Ya, bastante rápido. Los colores se hacen bastante rápido realmente. Luego me toca arreglar 1000 cosas porque como los hago así rápido con la selección, se me pasan algunos píxeles, pero en general va bastante bien. Wow, I did not close that line. No, Yomi. Okay, we're gonna do that in a moment. I'm a wizard. Okay. Now this. Let's close the line down there. Today I am motivated for productivity. I've been trying to get some things finished on this weekend also. I'm reworking some new samples for my commissions. And I'm also recording the process, so I'll be able to post it. I'll be able to make at least a short with that. I want to make so many more speed things. But one problem was that my computer is so full of things that it's running out of space again. But I managed to free up some space today. You know what was like 8 gigabytes and a half of things that were occupying my computer space? Sound effects. Sound effects for game development. I had like 8 gigabytes and a half of sound effects. I ended up moving them to the external hard drive to still have them at hand. But wow, it is a lot. My poor computer runs out of space every once in a while just because I keep downloading assets and sounds and music, and all of a sudden I have like 5 gigabytes left. Yo, Makoyo, welcome! How's it going? He's not a dwarf. Looks like a dwarf, but he's not a dwarf. The rare chibi old man that we get from time to time in the list. Can we get a little peep of the new examples? Yeah, I do have one of them finished at hand. I think I forgot to save another one separately, but I can show you this one. Ta-da! This is gonna be the simple coloring example. I like how it turned out. The other arts are the same drawing but in different coloring styles. So you've seen this one, you've seen the others basically. But I really like how it turned out. She's the protagonist of the visual novel. This is Martha. She's in the world of dreams, and she's gonna go through a little story. The visual novel is her little story, so maybe you'll get to see her in there. Yeah, she has very, very striking blue eyes. I like her eyes a lot. In the sprite, the dog sprite of the visual novel, her eyes are also super noticeable. Short King? Nah, Forcas is actually pretty tall. He looks like a dwarf, but he's like if a dwarf was tall. Tienes tú en un mismo disco duro y fallas, game over. Eso es mi peor miedo. Si algún día ese disco duro falla, it's over. Yeah, she's the Ghost Train girl. Yeah, she's the girl from the train drawings. Yu-Gi-Oh! Es una carta de tarot. The card is a tarot card. And it's because one of her friends has a tarot deck and reads tarot cards. So she has one of them in her hand. So let me see if I can find the dog sprite. Actually, I have a kind of screenshot of one of the backgrounds of the visual novel. There she is. I love how her eyes stand out. This is one of the dog sprites, and that's one of the backgrounds. I'm still thinking about what to do with the backgrounds because I was considering doing edited photos like these, but I could also try drawing them myself again. But drawing backgrounds is hard, and I like how the edited photos look. Actually, I'll think about it. Pensar ver qué hacer con los fondos, porque aún no sé muy bien qué hacer con los fondos de la novela visual. Mi primera idea fue dibujarlos, luego dije voy a editar fotos como este. Esta es una foto editada. Y ahora estoy como, quizá debería intentar dibujarlos yo otra vez. Pero no sé, me gusta cómo queda este. I don't like how this one looks. Kind of like in the Higurashi no Mineko visual novels. They also use heavily edited photos. Let's see. Half Japanese, half American transfer student who lived overseas and speaks English. Every anime with a blonde girl. She's from my own setting, so it's not exactly Earth. And the equivalent... I feel like she has ended up very influenced by my experiences, so the closest thing she would be, I guess, is Spanish. There's inevitably gonna be a lot of Spanish influence in the story, because that's how I grew up. It's gonna be inevitably affected by my own experience. But again, the story is in the world of dreams, so it's not gonna be Spain. Yo, Rogetsu, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! Boss filter is strong on photo backgrounds. I feel like it has the edited photos have a nice charm to them. I like how it looks. Maybe because I like Kumineko a lot, so I got really used to them. Let's see... You're a Barkati! She does have a casual outfit. It's the one that... Well, technically she has two. She's got two alternate outfits. She's got the one that she wears in the train drawings, which is kind of like a winter outfit. And she's got another one that I haven't fully designed. But maybe we'll get to see her with those. Wait a second, what is going on in here? Huh? Ah, that's the hand. How did I draw this hand? This looks super weird. This looks a mess. This did not look like a finger to me a moment ago. Suikatsu is good, but I heard it gets more confusing. It does! It does! How to say this? It goes hard on the fantasy and mystery and explaining it from different perspectives. It's undeniably one of my biggest influences with my own setting, so I like it a lot. I really recommend it. It's really worth reading, even though it's so long. It's like that meme of "Come witness my world of magic and whimsy." Okay, yes, Beatrice. 300 hours. No, Beatrice. Didn't play Yumineko, but I did play Tsukihime. It also uses much of photos as backgrounds. Oh yeah, I have seen screenshots. I remember seeing that it's also edited photos. It's really cool. It's a nice way of doing it in a way that's low cost, while also making it look nice. It's its own aesthetic, I feel. I like that. I tried doing that in the game I did for the Game Jam last year, but it did not turn out so well because the pixel art did not mesh as much with the backgrounds. I want to redo those backgrounds when I get back to working on the game. I still need to add the last ending. I haven't added the last ending yet. I'm so sorry. Sí, ese meme era originalmente de Mario, es verdad. Hicieron una versión de Umineko. That meme that I referenced with Beatrice, that was originally a Mario meme. It's okay. We can steal memes from Mario. He doesn't have to know. Instead of like a lot of hours, it was $70. No, Mario. Come play my games, wahoo! Yes, Mario. $80. No, Mario. It's really good. It's really good, I have to say. Okay. Let's see. Nintendo's a $80 me parece demasiado. Muy caras están las consolas y los juegos últimamente. A lot of games and consoles are so expensive. That's my opinion. Everything's so expensive all the time. Since the bar keeps getting higher and higher, they keep making them more and more expensive, and it just makes it even worse. Tengo muchos Nintendos a $0. Los mejores Nintendos, los que están a $0. The best Nintendos, the ones that are at $0. What's up? What do you want? Eat it. No. She's going wow in the background. No, oi! Hello! She's here now! Está aquí ahora! Ven aquí. Come here. I have acquired cat! Hello, cat! Mm. 30 por el Dead Space. Mira, si vale la pena, entonces no sabe tan mal tener que pagar tanto. Lo importante es que valga la pena y que se pueda aprovechar el tiempo respecto al dinero invertido también. Valió más que 30 latas de gaseosa y probablemente lo hayas disfrutado por más rato que esas latas de gaseosa. ¿Qué pasa, señora? ¿Qué quieres? What do you want? Cute. Imagínate pagar $60 por Concord. No le salió muy bien el Concord. Didn't turn out so well that game. Gollum! Oh my god, you have unlocked a memory right now with that. I forgot about that game. The Gollum game! Oh my god. I forgot about the Gollum game. Dios. Hay veces que ves un juego y dices, esto no puede ser real. Sometimes you see a game and it's like, this cannot be real. Is that a bit of depth to this? I love video games, but sometimes also, holy shit, video games. I really need to add the final ending. I wanna redo a little bit of the story so I can make it a bit better. Maybe rewrite some things and add some extra stuff. I don't like how it turned out though. I'm very happy with how the Jam game turned out. Which, by the way, if you guys haven't played it, you can play the Jam version in itch.io. Well, you can get it from itch.io. Unfortunately, it cannot be played from itch.io. I need to be specific. But if you guys wanna play the game that I made last year for a game jam, here it is. It won Best Narrative somehow. Hello, cat. What are you doing here, lady? has 6 endings, and it was supposed to have 7 endings, but I wasn't able to add the final ending, so it's technically incomplete, but also it's finished, so it can be enjoyed, I think, as it is. Eventually I'll get back to it and add the final ending. I did not have time to add it, so I ended up cutting it. Okay. I'm gonna try going with this darker gray also for the souls. Let's see. Or maybe it should be the... Should be the same as these. Perhaps. You know what? Let's put it like this. 12 finales tiene. 13. Esos son muchos. That's a lot of endings. I didn't know that Chrono Trigger had so many endings. Cool. Now all of these. Let's not forget pitchfork. Oh my god, there's a lady on top of my arm. How am I supposed to work like this? What's up? ¿Qué te pasa, señora? Estás encima de mi mano. You're sitting on my hand. How am I supposed to do anything? Me la como. Ñom 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 ñom. I will eat you. You're so cute. She's so cute. Está muy adorable. Pero ahora ya no puedo pulsar shortcuts porque no puedo mover la mano. I cannot press my shortcuts because my hand is being restrained by a cat. At least I can still press the options from the drop-down menus, but it's inconvenient, Lide. It's kind of inconvenient. It's so inconvenient. But you look so comfy, and I cannot make you get out of here. You're so cute, and I know you know that. You're doing it on purpose. Lo está haciendo a propósito porque sabe que es adorable y que no puedo sacarla de aquí. Vaya señorita. Ay, qué cute eres. Precioso. You're so cute. Yo-hooo, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Depende en qué momento de la historia venzas al jefe. ¡Oh! Interesante. That's cool. So depending on what time of the story you defeat the final boss in Chrono Trigger, you get a different ending. That's cool. Man, I want to make a game with more battles someday. But there are a lot of things that I have to finish first. Quiero hacer algún juego con más batallas en algún momento. Pero en otro momento, cuando no tenga 50.000 cosas por hacer. Yeah, of course! Feel free to draw with me! Everyone is invited to draw alongside me. We are in drawing time. Okay, that's another base colors finished. I guess I still have to add the gray in the hair. Oh, cat left. Goodbye, lady. There she goes. I guess I can add a little bit of them. At least I don't forget later on. Something like this. I don't design beards nearly enough. I need more practice to design cool beards actually. It's something I don't do very often, and I feel like it would add a lot to the designs. Everyone's gonna get a beard. Yeah, drawing really helps. I hope that it can distract you. And I hope that things can get better. Okay. Now the rest of the hair. I'm doing it on another layer so we can work better with this later when the shadows time comes. Mayo con barba. Es gracioso porque Mayo en cierto punto de la historia llevó un bigote. Llevó un bigote falso para hacerse pasar por repartidora de pizza. Because it's time for you to grow a beard to understand beards better. Tempting. Gonna become a dwarf. Funny thing, Mayo had to wear a fake mustache at one point in the story to pretend that she was a pizza delivery person. It was one of the best moments of the campaign, honestly. I miss Mayo so much. Okay, now this one is finished. For now, the beard is complete, at least in base colors. Next one. I'm just so used to drawing ladies. It's my comfort zone. If I could, it would be the only thing that I would draw. But I need to get out of my comfort zone and try drawing different kinds of characters. I want to improve. I want to get better at drawing all sorts of characters. I guess we can also add the hair here in the other layer. There we go. And then goat legs. I like her design a lot. She was gonna be more blonde in her first version, but I decided to go for a more green color for the hair. I really like how it looks. Al principio iba a ser más rubia, iba a tener el cabello como más amarillo, pero al final decidí hacerlo más verde y la verdad no me arrepiento, me gusta mucho. Now the horns. Green woman! Hell yeah! Green woman always good. I guess the hooves can also be a little bit lighter. Even the hands, maybe. Or maybe not. Let's make the hands obvious that they are gloves. She's wearing gloves. This hand, however, looks a little bit weird. Hold on. Should be more like this. Okay. These are the pearls. Maybe I'm gonna make the pearls a little bit more gray. Let's paint these white first. And also these. These are also supposed to be white. It's like the seafoam. Oh. Now the pearls. I don't use pearls much in my designs. I think I can only think of 2 characters of mine that have them. Okay. Now the difficult part. The dress. It seems like the colors here are a little bit random, but they are not so random. We can try to figure out how to do this. Because it's with diagonals. Its diagonal row of squares is alternating 2 different colors. So if we follow that, we should be able to color them easily. For example, okay, this is a little bit difficult with the green background. Let's remove the green background this time. Yo-hooo Mongoose, welcome! Yo-hooo Wolfie Mongoose! Wolfie Mongoose? Yo-hooo Wolfie, welcome! Wolf and Mongoose enter a bar. It's a little bit of a... it's like at the beginning of a joke. No, Orobas is down here. Orobas is gonna go be here. This is Valam. She's a goat girl. Valam is a sea goat. Orobas is over here. He does not look that much like a horse. Wait, no, that's not the sketch. Here. He does kind of have hooves though. It's a little bit hoarse. His demon form is hoarse. These are just the humanoid forms. Yay, happy late birthday! Let's go! The golden dress! No, not the mysterious color of the dress! Ah, that was certainly something. Never forget the dress. The Wolf Among Us! Oh my god, it's perfect. I remember the title, that's true. Remember that game. Never played it or watched it, but I remember it. Yo, Paper, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. What if Pain Monday was called Raise Monday? Yomi grew 3 feet taller! Even taller? I would be too tall if I grew that many feet now. I am so tall already. Cannot become any taller. The world would become too tiny if I grew any more. I need to restrain myself from growing, you know? I would be way too high up. Okay. Oh, forgot a little bit here. It's not so hard to paint a dress. And it's gonna turn out exactly like the reference. I've got my ways. Okay. Now this. Next one is the same combo as down here, so we're just gonna pick that. Wait, no, it's this one. Here we go. Yumi grew 3 feet taller. She would become 3 feet 1 inch. That's not true. I think you need to get a new measuring tape. Si no sabe qué persona que crear, ponle verde. Verde siempre funciona. Verde siempre es bien. Green is always a good color for characters. We need more green characters in this world. Okay, then should be this one and this one. Oh, wrong layer. Oops. This one goes here. This one goes in the squares at the sides. Does Yomi stand the Grinch? Well, the Grinch was green. That's one positive, but the positive is also cancelled with being a big hater of Christmas. But again, green. It's even in the name! Oh my god, the Grinch! Never noticed that the Grinch has green in the name. No way. ¿Se redimió el Grinch? Bueno, no me acuerdo de nada de la película en realidad. La vi hace mucho tiempo. I watched the movie so long ago and I don't remember anything about the Grinch movie. I don't remember if he redeemed himself. No recuerdo si el Grinch se redimía o no. Lo vi hace demasiado. Okay, we're done with the most of the base colors. Never mind. We still have to paint the pendulum. There we go. Okay, the first row already has colors and it has only been an hour. Oh my god, we are on a roll today. Okay, let's begin with the next row. Let's first save and let's begin. Wonder how many line arts we can make today. Maybe if I can finish the middle row, if we have time, we can also give them some base colors. Let's go. Si consigo terminar la segunda fila a tiempo, quizá podemos darles colores también. La película de la máscara lo dejas pasar también, él es verde. Lo recuerdo muy vagamente también. No recuerdo nada de la película tampoco. Supongo que tiene que haber un poco de todo en cuanto a personajes verdes. There has to be a little bit of everything when it comes to green characters. But green is automatically a good trait. All the other traits of the character are independent from being green or not. Let's see. I could detail the braid actually. It's gonna take a while, but I could make the entire braid more detailed. Godzilla? I guess Godzilla does count as green character, yeah. Yeah, Godzilla is good. Godzilla is cool. You know what? Let's do it. Let's detail the braid, because why not? We have the time, right? There's no time constraint. We're just gonna learn to speedrun braids. And here's this thing. There's even more braid here. Here we go. Charcoal gray, depends on the version. If it's in the black and white movies, I guess it's closer to charcoal gray. Depends on how many filters and special effects they add. Should be tiny. Maybe I should be using a thinner brush for the braids actually. Let's make the outline in a harder brush and then we'll do the inside in a smaller one. Yo, Crumpets! Welcome! How's it going? All lizards are green coded in my book. Of course, because they are crocodile. Between chicken and crocodile, they are crocodile. And crocodile is easy to associate to green. And everything in this world is either chicken or crocodile. Or both. Would both be creaking? I guess it would. Bye bye, Quidgies! Thank you so much for coming! Good luck with work! Hope it goes well! We'll detail the hair a lot more later, because he's got a lot of detail in the hair. Let's just add some lines to it for now. You need the reference. There he is. Thinking pose. There's two paths in the character creator: feather lizard or swimming lizard. One is green and the other is yellow. True! That is true. That's how life works. How everything in existence works. Chicken or crocodile? Accentuate the shape of the horns a little bit more because they are more like these. The curve is a lot more pronounced. There we go. Now the feather. After you beat the game, you unlock the third faction, the one above lizards. Crap! You know what? I'm gonna say something controversial. Crab is crocodile too. Because they live in the water. Like crocodiles. And they have like a hard shell. That's like crocodiles. Crabs are crocodile. Between chicken and crocodile, they are clearly crocodile. That's Yomi, she's playing New Game Plus as an hermit crab. Why, I wish. Hermit crabs are so cute. Crabs are the evolution of crocodiles. See, it's just a different version of crocodile, but it's still crocodile. Aunque sea una versión mejorada de los cocodrilos, los cangrejos son cocodrilos. Tiene sentido lo que digo, lo juro. I promise what I'm saying makes sense. In my head. Ahora que me acuerdo, últimamente me han salido anuncios de Final Fantasy XIV. ¡Yes! Bueno, quizá es el momento de que lo pruebes. Quizá habrá que jugarlo. FF14. Gratis, hasta nivel 80. Incluido el juego base entero y las aclamadas expansiones Heavensward, Stormblood y Shadowbringers. Sin límite de tiempo de juego, hasta nivel 80. evolución en el estilo de Digimon. Nunca me acostumbraré a las evoluciones de Digimon. Estoy demasiado acostumbrada a Pokémon. I'm way too used to the Pokémon evolutions. Digimon evolutions will never not be surprising for me. Okay. Now let's make the clothes here a little bit better. I wasn't super happy with how the silhouette ended up in the chibi composition. Should be like this. En el trabajo del caballero cebolla, no, pero está la armadura como cosmético. Te lo puedes poner como de apariencia, pero no está como clase. Hay un minion que son como los mini mascotitas que puedes hacer que te acompañen. Hay uno del Onion Knight. There is an Onion Knight minion, which are like little pets that follow you around. I have a fish as my pet, hehe. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but I used to have fish. No wonder, because I was so obsessed with fish when I was a kid. They had a fish tank with some fish. I think I might have told the story because there is one funny story related to that I have. And I feel like I have mentioned it before. The story about the very long-lived fish that I had. Creo que alguna vez la conté, la historia de mi pez que vivió mucho tiempo. Yomi don't Google VTuber, everyone else Google VTuber. Wait, what? Now I'm curious, you cannot say that. You cannot tell me not to Google it and everyone else Googling it. I'm getting all the FOMO right now. Why shouldn't I Google it? I'm so scared. Thinner brush for this. Igualmente hay un montón de clases en Final Fantasy XIV, incluso hay algunos originales que están muy cool. There are a lot of original classes in 14 that are super cool. Okay. En Final Fantasy X hay un arma que es un caballero cebolla miniatura. What? ¿Como arma? ¿Qué haces? ¿Se la lanzas al enemigo? Como si fuera un Pokémon. Do you throw it to the enemy like it was a Pokémon? Okay, the hand over here. And the scroll. Camina solito y patea al enemigo. Pero lo patea muy fuerte, ¿verdad? Tengo ganas de jugar ver el 10. Me han dicho que está muy bien. Es de los que aún no he podido ver. I really want to experience Final Fantasy X. It's one of the few that I haven't. Well, there's a lot of them that I haven't seen or played. And 10 is one of them. And I've heard that it's really good. And that I will really like it, so I'm really curious. And also in part because I know I'm really gonna like Lulu. My main reason. La razón principal de querer ver el 10 es Lulu. No puedo negarlo. Cannot deny it. Now the legs. Its Lulu's ultimate weapon requires to dodge 200 lightning bolts seeing? What? I guess I'll know in context. All that I have heard about Final Fantasy X is that the plot is basically what if Messi was in an isekai? Which out of context sounds really funny. I did play the beginning of 10 at a friend's house. That's like as far as I have seen of it. Aside from that, I've yet to see the whole adventure. No, imagina perder todo ese progreso. Terrible. Mejor un juego con auto guardado. O guardar cada 5 minutos. Hablando de guardar, tengo que guardar. Speaking of saving, gotta remember to save. Must not forget to save. Has a ton of famously awful and time-consuming minigames to obtain ultimate weapons. I only know about Blitzball because in Final Fantasy XIV people keep asking for Blitzball to be added to 14. And I know that in 7 there's also a lot of terrible minigames. Never forget the snowboarding minigame from 7. I'm gonna fix these completely. Final Fantasy games always have very weird systems when it comes to battle. Let's not forget the junction system from 8. And how you can beat the game becoming stronger solely by playing cards. You can defeat the final boss at level 1 just by playing cards. Like, what? There's no fail state for those in X, you literal X. Why did I say X? What is it, like Xenoblade? Xenoblade X? No. In 10, you literally have to do quick time event, dodge 200 lightning bolts in a row. How do you even do that? How? Oh my god. You got to get good. Ultimate weapons are not for the faint of heart. Oh, the jump rope minigame! I remember seeing that, and it was impossible to do that minigame. Literally impossible. I tried jumping in there. It was impossible, literally. Like the most that was possible was like 2 jumps at most. How? 1,000 times? What? What do you even get for doing the 1,000 jumps? You're meant to jump over the rope, not on it. Ah, silly me. How did I not think of that? Yomi, you dummy. You just had to time it right. You just had to press the button on the right moment. Gee. Of course. Super rare card for the terrible, terrible card game. Literally play horrible games, win horrible prizes. Minigames not for the faint of heart. The card game is just so weird. What are even the rules? Like, Triple Triad is super easy to understand. But what the hell is Tetramaster? What the hell is that? It's so bad. It's unplayable. Yeah, I do not understand the rules. It's just like, I don't know what's going on in there. It makes no sense. So bad. Okay. Thought maybe the ear should be a little bit tinier, at least enough. Nah, it doesn't feel well to make it pick out. Okay, let's get the smaller brush and add the little details here. Other side. How does this even work? How did I even design these patterns? They make no sense. Nothing makes sense in here. All I know is that here go some lines. And there go some other lines. There we go. Lines have been drawn. Okay. Let's try to redo the braids. I'll redo them with a smaller brush so they look a little bit better. We need to start doing better line weights. Outside lines work better when they are thicker, and inside lines need to be a little bit thinner. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of braids to draw. Maybe we can just detail the ones that are more at the front. And since the rest are gonna be like with shadows, maybe we can stylize it a little bit. Okay, now we go with a thinner brush. I think if we do this, it's already gonna look like braids, and it's not gonna look so out of place in the chibis. I wonder how I should end the braids actually. There's multiple ways of doing that. We can either add some ornaments, or we can just make the end of the braids as they are. Maybe a mix of the two. Yo, Moises! Bienvenido de vuelta. Welcome back. Aquí sigo detallando trenzas. here am I detailing some more rates. There we go. I'm in the trenches. Am I in the trenches? En las trenzas, para quien no sepa inglés. Sounds a little bit similar. No tanto, solo trabajo cuidadoso. Ya casi está. Creo que sí que haré como el final ornamentado. Creo que queda bien. We're gonna go with like decoration at the end. Let's do that in here too. Okay, since the rest are gonna be in the shadow of the hair, yes, we can. Yeah, let's still add some more. There we go. Okay, now the face. I think we're gonna have to fix the head a little bit here. Imagine having to braid that hair every morning. It would take so much work. Good thing a lot of these demons don't even need to sleep. So they can have their super elaborate designs every day without having to undo them. And also magic, which makes things a lot easier. Okay. The other eye. How will they design them when the Netflix series comes out? They are gonna have to use wigs for everyone. A different wig for each of my characters. Okay. Let's go! Another line art finished! I'm not missing anything, right? I don't think so. Let's go! I like the ear. Needs a bit of work. It should be a little bit tinier. Fix this. There we go. New Paint Monday. Can I make a wig for my more than 400 OCs? Wow, that would be so cool. I really want to learn to stylize wigs a lot better. Okay, line art finished. Let's save. And it only took like half an hour actually. That was pretty fast. Bastante rápido en realidad. Solo ha tomado como media hora. Okay, next one. Next one is the bird lady. Let's make it a little bit more obvious that the hair is like flying a little bit. Man, stylizing wigs sounds really fun, but also it's very careful work. I have watched some tutorials on how to do it, and it just feels like the kind of thing that if you mess it up, it's really difficult to fix. So I'm like, wow, I would love to try, but it looks so hard. Especially if you have to like buy a new wig if you completely mess it up. And at the same time, it would be so cool if someday there were cosplays of my OCs. I gotta do my best with their stories. Maybe someday there will be just glue more hairs to it. But what if I mess up the gluing the more hairs? Wow, it would be so cool. Cosplays and figurines are like the dream. Maybe even seeing like merch on a con of my characters. I would even buy it at that point. If someone made like merch of my games, I would literally just buy it. Los errores se aprenden, la próxima sale. Yeah, al final es cosa de intentarlo. Chris, welcome to the Gardeniers. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy the emotes. Merchy 2 inches en Yomicon. Yes, sería muy cool. Yo quiero algún día quizá. It would be so cool. I'm gonna work hard and make my stories really cool so people will enjoy them that much. What this has reminded me! I applied for 2 different signs, by the way. It has been very long since the last time I applied for signs. Maybe we'll have some luck and I'll be accepted. Hehe. It would be so cool. Okay, let's try to make this hair look a little bit better. The idea is to make the hair kind of flow in that direction. It's a little bit difficult to do with the way the sketch is. Need to move it over there a little bit more. Here's the ribbon. Well, more like a bow. A lot of feathers. Kind of afraid of line arting the legs though. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, there's a bit of a border here. It's a little bit noticeable in the pixel art. And then she's got a belt. And the claws. Shoulders, and then there's the cape. The middle of the chibi turned out a little bit messy. But now with the line art, it's a lot more clear what is what thing. Maybe add some more feathers in the way. rest of the cape. I kinda wanna try giving it the same shape that a wing would have, but it's kind of difficult seeing these. How does this even work? What is this white thing in here? I just realized. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm so confused. I think it's like a layer of feathers. A layer of white feathers. It might be. I guess then we can add another layer. No, the hand is on the other side. The hands are claws. The hand is here. So this has to be part of the cape because this part has the cape in front of the whole body. So the way that I'm gonna interpret it is that it's some sort of white feathers, a line of white feathers under the brown ones. There's this kind of moon-shaped thingy holding the cape. Shoulder. Now, lots of feathers. Let's go with these ones. I'll add another row in here. I'm gonna leave the long ones for last. Let's try adding the extra layer of white feathers here. I'm guessing it should be much shorter ones because it's a very thin layer. ¡Yo-hooo! ¿Qué tal? Sí, 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 aún me quedan como año y medio de dibujar personajes. Aún faltan muchísimos. Me faltan... Bueno, ahí arriba pone cuántos me faltan. Allí. Bastante más arriba de mi cabeza. Faltan menos de 100 al menos. There's less than 100 characters at least. Lire, you're back. Volviste. Wow. Capture la criatura. Ha sido abducida. No me muerdas. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Que va, si me falta un montón aún. Empecé este reto hace 5 años. Y aquí sigo. Cada semana seguimos un poco más. Ahora será cada lunes. La semana pasada hice 2 de esos streams porque hubo unas semanas que no pude hacerlos. Así que estaba recuperando días. Pero ahora vuelve a ser uno cada semana. Yep. I did 2 of these streams last week because there were some that I was still recovering. Because I couldn't do some of these streams some weeks ago. But now we're back to only Mondays. Don't bite me! She's getting her revenge because I said I would eat her. Se está vengando de mí por decir que me la iba a comer. Y ahora me quiere comer a mí. Me está mordiendo. Mi criatura comestible. Te como. You're so cute. Es muy cute. Mi niño. ¿Qué Lire? ¿Me ayudas a dibujar? Gonna help me draw, Lire? You're so cute. Less than 100 OCs, yeah. Soonish. Not exactly soon, but soonish. A little bit. Okay, now the long feathers. Señorita. Ahora se ha quedado aquí quieta haciendo prr. ¿Qué pasa? Putting your lips on the cat isn't a good way to say I'm not gonna eat you. She's used to it. No, don't go! Don't go! You're adorable. You need to stay here and help me. She's here purring. Está aquí haciendo prr. Me hace compañía. She's here keeping me company. Yeah, I'm giving you headbutts. This little lady woke me up today because she wanted attention. She wanted all the headbutts. She had her bowl of food full of food. So she was not even asking for food. She was asking for attention. She didn't let me sleep. No me dejaba dormir esta señorita. Me despertó para pedirme atención. Estaba muy pesada. There we go. I feel like the cape should actually be a lot shorter. Siento que la capa de plumas debería ser mucho más corta en realidad. You know what? I'm gonna redo it. I know that it might sound crazy, but I will redo it. I'm gonna do it a bit better. I'm gonna put it here. Kind of like part of it is a bit of a shoulder cape. The feathers are a little bit shorter. And there's... What if we make this part not as feathers but as some other sort of... some part of the cape? Like it's part of the wings and at the same time it's not? Huh. Was already crazy when you decided to do 400 doses. That's why it's called Pain Monday after all. Por eso lo llamamos el lunes de dolor. Porque la idea de dibujar más de 400 personajes ya era bastante dolorosa desde el principio. Eso me enseñará. Excepto que no me enseñará. No me ha enseñado en 5 años. It hasn't taught me anything in 5 years. It will not teach me anything now. I cannot say that will teach me because it won't. Es que a los gatos les encanta pedir atención. Y se la merecen porque son muy adorables. ¿A que sí, Lire? Lire se ha ido a la mesa de al lado ahora. ¡Qué bella señora! ¡Guapa! Estás muy cute. You're back here now. I didn't even have to abduct you. Come here. Ow! There's the bottle in the middle and she can't come here. She left again. No. Se fue otra vez. Lire, no. ¿Por qué me abandonas? Okay, now the long feathers. I think it looks a lot better now. It feels more like a cape at the same time that it looks like wings. Se ve más como capa a la vez que se sigue viendo como plumas, como las alas. ¿Quién dice que bien haría 300 OCs? Pero ¿sabes qué estaría mejor? Otros 100 OCs más. Un dato gracioso es que este reto no empezó como dibujar 400 OCs. Empezó como dibujar más de 500 OCs. Y fue después de ese primer stream que dije, quizá son demasiados. Quizá tengo que hacer limpieza. Y entonces hice limpieza. Funny fact is that this challenge did not start as can I draw my more than 400 OCs. It started as can I draw my more than 500 OCs. And then I did a cleanup. Because I realized maybe it's too many characters. Maybe this is way too much. Maybe we can make less of them. So I cleaned out the list a little bit. And the number went down by quite a bit. And this isn't even all of them. I do have more OCs that already had chibis, so I didn't add them to the challenge. The total right now is like 440, 450. Creo que el total ahora mismo es como unos 450 o así. Son unos cuantos igualmente. Now, wings. Inside maybe we can add some more feathers. Voy a tener más ustedes que Pokémon. Aún me falta que Pokémon ahora hay más de 1000 y además ahora que va a salir otro juego más de Pokémon van a haber aún más Pokémon. Pero por eso algún día haré mi propio juego de Pokémon con mis OCs. Someday I'll make my own Pokémon game with my characters. That's what Paint Monday 3 is gonna be for. Yay! That's my plan. I'm gonna make a bunch of sprites so we can make a Pokemon fan game. I see a mosquito in my wall. Hold on a second. You're not gonna escape me. Aha! I win! Gané. Ya no hay mosquito. There's no more mosquito. Will we live to see Paint Monday 3? Of course! Of course we will. Everyone will see Paint Monday 3. Ow, 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 ow. why are you scratching my chair? Meow. That's why. Come here. Ven aquí. ¿Qué pasa, señorita? ¡Au! ¡No me muerdas! Ven aquí. Cute. What I'm thinking is, should I also do the evolutions, perhaps? I mean, it wouldn't do that. It wouldn't have to be that many as the entire list. I would just have to choose what characters I wanna put in the game. It wouldn't have to be all of them. Let's go! Bird legs time! ¿Quieres jugar un cartón de Pokémon? Por ejemplo, el Super Mario Mon. ¿Por qué de Mario? ¿Por qué debería ser el de Mario justamente? ¡No! No se permite Mario en esta casa, no. Pero algún día quiero jugar algún otro juego de Pokémon. Sé que hay muchos fangames super cool. There's a lot of super cool fangames. And I really want to play some of them. ¿No tiene plataformeo? ¿Seguro? ¿Seguro que no tiene plataformeo? ¿Me lo creo? ¿Qué tiene de malo Mario? Me dio traumas. Tengo traumas por culpa de Mario. Empezando por Mario 64, que tuve que programar. Luego siguiendo por la vez que hubo en una convención un Mario gigante que se puso a seguirme y me dio mucho miedo. Y también la vez que intenté jugar Mario y me caí en el primer agujero del nivel. ¡Au! ¡No me pinches! Don't stab me! What do you want? Wow! I'm being attacked by cats. It's okay, there's a lot of other fan games that I really want to check out. Hay muchos otros fan games que igualmente también quiero echar un ojo. Le tengo muchas ganas al Pokémon Nova. I really want to play one fan game that's gonna come out in English and Spanish, by the way, called Pokémon Nova. It's about ultra space and it looks so cool. There's a lot of super cool new characters. Yo con látigo, ¿qué tal? Yeah, siempre he sido muy fan de Toho, yep. I've always been a big Toho fan. Llegué a jugar un juego de Toho en el canal, el Double Spoiler. Meow. Ven aquí. Todos la primera vez que jugamos nos caímos en el primer agujero. Pero era una vez que estaba con más amigos tomando turnos jugando a la DS, al Mario de DS. Y todos pasaban mucho rato jugando en los niveles hasta que se morían y le pasaban el juego a la siguiente persona. Y cuando me tocó a mí, Me caí en el primer agujero apenas empezar y tuve que pasarle el juego a la siguiente persona y no pude jugar. Y me dejó un trauma eso. Yo-hooo, ¿qué tal? Welcome to the stream. Te doy la bienvenida al stream. Estoy continuando mis personajes hoy con mi gata interrumpiéndome. ¿Qué pasa, señorita? Me está pidiendo atención. He mencionado que por el mediodía me pidió atención y ahora está volviendo a hacerlo. ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres, señora? El accidente no fue tu culpa. Pero el trauma sí fue real. Jamás olvidaré la humillación que sufrí ese día. I'll never forget the humiliation I suffered that day. Lire, please don't headbutt the microphone. Please. Ok, si no tiene plataformeo, me lo pienso. Soy muy mala con el plataformeo. I'm so bad at platformers, guys. I'm so bad at them. I need to practice though. I need to get better at them. Tengo que mejorar en ellos, eso sí. Tengo que practicar. Ven aquí. Mira. Te atrapé. Has sido atrapada. Ya no puedes escapar. Ahora tienes que hacerte niñito. Anymore. Do the creature. Eres una criatura. Mira, mire, esto es una tableta. Es que no tienes concepto de lo que es un ordenador, ni de lo que es dibujar, y tienes un dato. Wait, ¿al micrófono le pasó algo? Ay, no. Sí, fue el cabezazo que le dio Lire al micrófono. It was a headbutt. It was a headbutt that Lire gave to the microphone. Thank you for letting me know. This microphone, as soon as it's lightly hit, it gets completely disconfigured. El micrófono se desconfigura inmediatamente, aunque le des un golpecito. Está hecho de papel. There we go. Estaba en una cueva de inmersión. Era parte del ambiente, sí. Era todo, estaba todo calculado. Era parte del stream. It was part of the stream, yeah, it was all on purpose. It was for the atmosphere. Okay. We have gotten past the most difficult part. Ya hemos pasado la parte más difícil, que eran las alas. The wings were the most difficult part. So at least that is done. Exacto, era para ver si os dabais cuenta. Estaba probando. I was testing you guys to see if you noticed that the microphone was off. It was all part of my plan. Eso es verdad, al menos no fue para dejar sordos. At least it didn't deafen you. At least it was not super loud. Okay. Come up the tail. We can also put a little bit of the feathers from the inside here. And now let's lefties the rest of the head. All according to Yomi Kaku. Translator's note. Yomikaku means Yomi's plan. Okay, ahora los cuernos. Now the horns. There's a bit of the ear picking out in here. Let's make this a little bit carefully. Yo, Vinox, ¿qué tal? Y Yomi está bien. Gardenia es mi apellido. También sirve, pero Yomi es más corto. Es mi nombre y además es más corto. Alguna vez me lo han dicho. También me han dicho que parezco ensalada. Y me preocupa un poquito. Cualquier día me va a volver a faltar cabello porque alguien se lo habrá comido. Someday I'll have hair missing. Someone will have tried to eat it, because I've been told multiple times that I look like salad. Even though I disagree, I totally do not look like salad. Now the rest of the hair. There's a little bit of it that is curved inwards. Y un poco del cabello que va como hacia adentro y luego el resto hacia afuera. Ahí. There we go. Sí, la ensalada está muy rica. A veces me da por hacerme ensaladas sin lechuga. Yo las ensaladas que me hago normalmente llevan tomate, zanahoria, aceitunas y vinagre. A veces jamón. Queda muy rico. Talking salad in the computer's head. Hey! Cuidado. Usually when I make a salad, I make it without lettuce. I add tomatoes, I add carrots, I add also sometimes ham and olives. And I put vinegar in it. I love vinegar so much. Me encanta el vinagre, está muy rico. Pon un poco más de cabello aquí por delante. Ahora tengo hambre, ahora estoy pensando en ensalada. Luego del stream, una ensaladita. After the stream, maybe I'll make a little salad. Okay, now the other side. It is a little bit separate. And now if we add the hair flowing a lot more here, it's gonna give off the feel that it's moving on that direction much more. Si no llora lo mismo y no quiero tener hambre. Hay que ser fuerte hasta que acabe el stream. O no. Quiero decir, yo ahora mismo no quiero levantarme de aquí, pero vosotros podéis ir a por comida. You guys can go get food. I just don't want to get up from my chair right now. You guys are free to go get food. As much food as you want. Let nothing stop you. Remember to eat healthy and drink water. Hay que mantenerse hidratados y nutridos. Okay. There's the back There we go. Me gustan mucho sus ojos y cómo son así, con las pupilas bien redondas. Es muy cute. Además no se ven a menudo arpías buitre. Yo creo que debería haber más. I think there should be more vulture harpies. Recuerda, Gus. También otra arpía, después de todo. Si es la que creo. Aunque de colores son muy diferentes. Son muy adorables las arpías. Tengo varios personajes arpía. I have multiple harpy characters. Although this one does not have the wing arms. Her arms are more like bird legs. Sus manos son también como patas de pájaro. In fact, maybe I should add a little bit here. Cuidado, que si mencionamos demasiado Gunner Games en este chat hay gente que se despierta. We gotta be careful with mentioning Gunner Games in this chat because I know that some people awaken at the sound of Gunner Games. Ya estoy despierta, solo que no tengo nada que contar. A ver. I have no idea who Goose is, but now I'm curious. Goose from Black Souls, I think. She's cute. But also Gunner game. Okay. Yeah, Gus es de ganso también. Porque es una referencia a la oca que puso un huevo de oro. I think it's a reference to the fairy tale of the golden goose, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I haven't played it either, but I watched an entire playthrough on YouTube. Let's see. Let's not forget this line here. I think we're still gonna have time to finish another line art. There we go. Am I missing any lines? I don't think I'm missing any lines. We'll find out when we have to paint the colors and I realize I have missed 1,000 lines. We'll get at that point at some point. We'll get there. Ya lo descubriremos si se me ha olvidado alguna línea o no. Eso será un problema para la Yomi del futuro. It's gonna be a problem for the Yomi of the future. Let's go! Next one. Next one is Orbas. Horns. Es un juego, casi un 80% seguro. Yo creo que sí que es un juego, ya. Quizás lo es. Ok, vamos a guardar. Let's save. Let's continue. We still have time to do one more line art minimum. And then if we have time, maybe we can try to do either the next one or adding base colors to these first three. That might be a good idea too. Chin, ¿qué pasa, Chin? Ven aquí. Se fue a beber agua. Yet another choice for Yomi of the future. Yomi of the future is gonna have so much work. She still has so many characters to draw. A Yomi del futuro le quedan aún muchos personajes por dibujar. Yomi del futuro tiene mucho trabajo. Me esperan muchos chivis. Sucks to be her. Yeah. Good thing I'm not Yomi of the future, right? Qué bien que no soy la Yomi del futuro, ¿verdad? Sería terrible ser la Yomi del futuro. Tener tanto trabajo. Tener tantos chivis por hacer. Que por cierto, a los que os gusten los juegos de RPG Maker, no se me ocurre cómo mencionarlo. Anyway, hago juegos, tomad. Tengo que practicar mi pitch. For those who like RPG Maker games, here, I make games. If you wanna play some free games, may I recommend my stuff? I'm practicing, okay? I'm still learning how to advertise my work. Aún estoy practicando cómo publicitar mis trabajos. Y muchos de estos personajes salen en estos juegos, o al menos son del setting. Aún la mayoría no salen, pero eventualmente quiero hacer todas sus historias. Most of them don't show up, but I'm working on making all their stories. Some world-renowned award-winning games made by a professional visionary developer. Maybe I need to start saying it like that. Y I hope you enjoy them. Espero que los disfrutéis y los jugáis. La mayoría son bastante cortitos. Cortitos como la creadora. ¡Wow! ¿Eso no es cierto? ¿Eso no es cierto? No le creáis. Que sea historia ya me pone ZZZ. Pero historias cortitas. ¿Qué tal historias cortitas? De 10 minutitos. A ver, ¿cómo funciona esto? No entiendo mi line art. I don't understand my line art, guys. I don't get it. How does this work? I think it's something like this. How does this work? Something. There we go. It's Yomi of the past's fault. Real, so real. Muy cierto. Puta Yomi del pasado. Nunca nos vamos a llevar bien con la Yomi del pasado. Let's fix the shoulder a little bit. Color here should also be a bit higher. Si fuera una ensalada, ¿qué tipo de ensalada sería? Eso es considerando que no soy una ensalada. Importante, porque no soy una ensalada, claramente. Si fuera una ensalada... Supongo que debería llevar remolacha. Porque es más como tirando a morada. No soy una ensalada, que conste. I'm not a salad. Espinacas crudas. Raw spinach. And also radish, perhaps. Close enough in terms of colors. I guess also ham, because I have pink clothes. You can see them a little bit. Wow, ven aquí, Chen. ¿Qué te pasa? Está mau. Está mau desesperadamente. Nunca antes un gato había maueado tanto. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa, Chen? Mau, ven aquí. Ay. Ay. Estoy rodeada de gatos. Ayuda. Era una trampa para decir que lleva la ensalada, excepto que no soy una ensalada, claramente. Nadie pensaría que yo soy una ensalada, porque no es cierto. Claramente no lo soy. Clearly I'm not a salad. No one would ever think that I'm a salad. No one has ever thought that I am a salad. I have too many cats and I must scream. That's what my cat was thinking when he was going meow wow wow wow. They are so dramatic. All my cats are super dramatic. Yay, finished the drawing! Congrats! Good work! I'm going through the third line art of today. I still have some time to finish one more. And then maybe I'll do some base colors, I think. Buttons, the coat, de inventar que hice supuestamente en el trabajo. Buena suerte, etcétera, que vaya bien. Gracias por venir. I wouldn't need you if you were a salad! Yay! I would be safe if I was a salad then! I'm not a salad though. Just for the record. Okay, I wanna add something extra here, where the codes are supposed to be held together. There's this part with the buttons. Sí, nunca había estado tan segura antes. I have never been so sure before that I am not a salad, yes. Okay. This one won't take that long. It's definitely gonna be way more simple than all the feathers that Murmur has. I feel like the orb turned out kind of funny though. The way that he's holding the orb. Me hace gracia el como sujeta el orbe. Siento que ha quedado bastante gracioso. El otro cuerno. Here we go. Sleeve. There's still a... Lide, what are you doing to the mic? ¿Qué le haces al micrófono, señorita? Te estoy viendo, ¿eh? I am watching you. Cosas malas de tener un gato. Ahora imagina cosas malas de tener 4 gatos. Tengo 4 gatos. I have 4 cats. Cosas buenas de tener un gato. Son muy adorables y hacen mucha compañía. Y son súper relajantes. Cuando se te sientan encima, me da sueño. Ayudan mucho a dormir. Están súper adorables. No por dos tiene 6. Esos son muchos. Llegué a tener 7 yo. Nunca más. Eran demasiados gatos. ¿No te da miedo que te coman? No, porque me los como yo a ellos. A besitos. Porque son muy adorables. Nah. ¿Alguna vez la que me está ahora molestando se pone a morderme? Pero es porque quiere mi atención. For cats, what are you planning on giving them? Lots of headbutts and food, because I want them to be happy. They are my babies. Son mis niños. Si no se me han comido ya en tanto tiempo. Here, let's not forget that here goes a ribbon. Here we go. Here goes the other one. There's the goat and the other side. Let me try to find some references. Let's Google horse hooves. Okay, they're pretty simple actually. Son bastante simples en realidad las pezuñas. No hay como mucho que se pueda hacer. Vamos simple entonces. Suelas altas. Porque ya es Kingsley. I'm gonna give him some very tall soles, so it looks kind of like horse hooves. And also because just Kingsley. This here. Go to the other side. Buttons. I think we might have time to do this one and the next. Creo que sí nos dará tiempo a terminar este en la siguiente. Es verdad, los gatos no comen ensaladas, pero yo no soy ensalada, entonces eso no me afecta. No tiene nada que ver conmigo. En absoluto. También 6 gatos. Cute. Es que los gatos son muy adorables. Pero en realidad no son mi animal favorito. Mi animal favorito son las medusas. ¿Cuál es el vuestro animal favorito? Para alguien tiene que ser el gato, seguro. Si dibujas pezuñas y se pintan las uñas de los pies, es como pintar sus zapatos. Buena pregunta. Bueno, si los pies son pies de caballo, supongo que sí, debería ser la pezuña. Hay que preguntarles a las umamusumes. Seguro que ya saben. Esta repetición constante de no ser ensalada me hace entrar en duda. A ver, tengo que desmentirlo. Porque parece que la gente no se lo cree. No voy a responder a más preguntas sobre ensaladas. I will not answer any more questions about salads. Not anymore. Salud. ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa de mí? ¿Achos? Quiero añadir algo más a las mangas. I want to add something else to the sleeves. I feel like there should be something else. There's at least a border in here. ¿Hay mínimo un borde por aquí? Nah, no vale la pena preguntar a chatbots. Vamos directamente al mundo de Uma Musume y les preguntamos. Con la imaginación todo se puede. Okay, now the orb. Oh no, drawing circles. Send your prayers. Medusa, Medusa, ¿dónde? Medusa, ¿dónde? Medusas bien. Tanto las medusas animal como las medusas cabello de serpiente. Solía tener una OC que era una lamia medusa. Pero ya se fue de la lista para siempre. Bueno, quizá no para siempre, quizá vuelve en algún momento. Pero se fue... ya no está en la lista. I used to have an OC that was lamia gorgon, well, lamia with medusa, with snake hair. But I removed her from the list because she was not part of any story. Nah, pero no vale la pena usarla ya. Yo estoy muy harta de las IAs, lo siento mucho. Bueno, en realidad no lo siento. I'm so tired of AIs everywhere. I've had enough. Ah, no Anomalocaris son muy graciosos. ¿Has visto el vídeo del tributo a los Anomalocaris? Es maravilloso. Have you guys seen the video tribute to Anomalocaris here on YouTube? It's amazing. It has evanescence in the background, and it's not ironic. It's made with so much honesty and genuine appreciation for Anomalocaris that it's just amazing. Estoy diciendo broma. Ok, te perdono. No pasa nada, solo tienes que aprender a esquivarla. Solo tienes que estar atento y practicar tu tiempo de reacción. Agacharte en el momento adecuado. I love when I only have to draw one eye. I should make more characters with covered eyes. This way I only have to draw one eye and I don't have to make sure that both eyes look good. And that the character doesn't look weird when you flip the screen. There we go. Solo tengo que dibujar un ojo, no tengo que preocuparme de que se vea bien girando el lienzo. Simplemente dibujo un ojo y ya está. Y todo está correcto. Let's fix this a little bit. Gotta do our best. Okay. There we go. Let's refinish line arts. What time is it? 11:48. This design is not so complicated. Maybe we can finish the last one and then we can do the colors next day. You know what? That doesn't sound bad. Let's do that. I still have time to finish one more, I think. And after this, I'm gonna go take a break. This was one of the first demons of this list that I designed. It was like a very small group of them that I designed them like in a batch. And after that, that's when I decided, what if I make all of them? What could possibly go wrong? And here we are today, drawing all my asgoetiosis. Esta fue de los primeros demonios de esta lista que diseñé. En ese momento tenía solo un pequeño grupo de ellos. Hasta que un día dije, ¿qué tal si los hago todos? Los 72 demonios de la Asgoetia. ¿Qué podría salir mal? Y aquí estamos hoy. Dibujándolos a todos. Fui débil, fui muy débil. I was so weak. But do I regret it? Not really. ¿Me arrepiento? En realidad no. ¿Por qué tanto demonio? Ahora son parte de mi setting principal. El mundo de los sueños. They are part of the dreaming world now. Son los que hacen como de guardianes de los diferentes sitios del mundo de los sueños. Así que ahora son parte del setting, ya no puedo quitarlos. can no longer get rid of them. They are part of the setting. They are here to stay in the list, Lucis. También porque me gustan mucho sus conceptos. Y dije, quizá es un buen ejercicio de diseño de personajes. Aunque más que demonios en el sentido tradicional con el que se suele entender la palabra, estos son más como lo que se diría espíritus. Simplemente son la primera gente que existe en el mundo. Algunos tienen alas en realidad, Some of them do have wings. Y tenía antes una slime, pero la quité de la lista porque no tenía nada de historia. Simplemente era una slime de lava, muy adorable. Quizá algún día la traigo de vuelta. Maybe someday I'll bring back my lava slime. If I ever find a place for her in a story. Si algún día le encuentro algún hueco en alguna historia. Porque ahora mismo en esta lista solo tengo a los personajes que son parte de proyectos e historias que tengo. Y también algunos que simplemente no quiero quitarlos porque los quiero mucho. Eventualmente haré todas sus historias. Eventually I'll make all of their stories. Yeah, let's put the reference here. Ta-tan. Soy malo, pero no. Entre estos hay un poco de todo. Algunos son gente decente, otros no tanto. Otros tienen hobbies muy raros. Hay un poco de todo. There's a bit of everything in these demons. Some of them are decent people, some of them have very weird hobbies. There's a bit of everything. This one, for example, she's in charge of the gardens where sometimes weddings happen. Algunos decentes, otros indecentes, muy cierto. Yosti, ¿qué tal? Welcome. Esta señorita, por ejemplo, se encarga de los jardines donde a veces se celebran bodas. ¡Yo-hooo! Cada uno tiene un sitio diferente del que se encarga. Each of them has a different place they are in charge of. Let's have the flowers in here. I'll make another flower here a little bit more far away. I'm gonna make it a bit more different. There we go. Who's in charge of the bathroom? I haven't thought of any place that is specifically just a bathroom. Kind of like the dungeon, the bathroom dungeon in Mother 3. Hobby más raro pero lindo, no sé. Necesitaría una lista de hobbies para analizar cuál es más raro y lindo a la vez. No lo sé. Así en frío no se me ocurre. So many wavy clothes. Hay uno que se me ocurre en realidad ahora que lo pienso. There's one that comes to mind actually. A hobby that's like weird or strange, but also kind of cute. I guess bone collecting. Like, you know, gathering bones and putting them together into skeletons. I think it's really cool, actually. Like, I mean, it's unusual. It's not a hobby that you see often. But it's pretty cool. ¿Qué también van flores en realidad? El hobby que se me ocurre es coleccionar huesos. La gente que colecciona huesos y luego los como construyen como si fuera un puzzle. Me parece muy cool en realidad. Es una bonita manera de preservar los esqueletos. Pero también es un hobby bastante inusual. You're missing a bone, you can always get your own from the neighborhood. Of course, my own bones. I will just reconstruct my own skeleton. I do have some characters who have that as a hobby because I've always thought it was really interesting. Tengo algunos personajes que tienen ese hobby. Los nigromantes en concreto. The necromancers have that hobby. Constructing skeletons out of lost bones sounds like a future Yomi problem! Oh no! I hope I'm not gonna lose skeleton Yomi's bones. She would be really sad. Estaría muy triste la Yomi esqueleto. There's the bunch. What else? Where's this leg? The leg. Like in that meme that is The Legend of Zelda, but there's only a leg in the image and it says the leg. Legend of Zelda and the Legend of Legend. Why is it so funny to do that with titles? Las dudas de dónde saco los huesos, buena pregunta. Eso es lo que es como... lo que me tiene más intrigada, ¿de dónde sacan los huesos? Sé que a veces se hace con como una... con animales que se encuentran que alguno ha sido como atacado por algún depredador y han quedado los huesos. Sobre todo en el campo, por ejemplo. Es como mucho más fácil encontrarte con los restos de algún animal. It's not a hobby for the faint of heart. No es un hobby para... no sé cómo traducirlo. No es un hobby para cualquiera. Puede ser un poco... tienes que tener estómago para ello. Oh yeah, let's not forget. Here goes some frills. Okay. We're almost done. Problem is, I'm not sure how her shoes are supposed to be. They are supposed to be boots of some sort. I guess we'll have to make them up on the spot. I'll just make them up on the spot. Me las invento. Maybe I could do something better for them, but if I get any other ideas along the way, I can always change them. Si me ocurre algo mejor para los zapatos más adelante, ya los cambiaré. For now, I think this is fine. Okay, the hands. I'm gonna put the ring and then the other ring on the other hand. hobby es convencer a alguien que es una ensalada. Eso es un hobby muy malvado. Súper malvado incluso. Me equivoqué. Al otro anillo. Me han quedado bastante grandes estas manos. Creo que sí. These hands have turned out a little bit too big, I think. Although I think it's kind of important for the hands to be a bit big because the rings otherwise are gonna be practically invisible. They would be too tiny otherwise. Okay. Only the face left. Almost. Ya casi solo la cara. Some more stuff here. And now the face. Ahora veremos si me sale la primera. We'll see if this turns out right at the first try. Here's the difficult part. Making the eyes look right. Parte difícil, hacer que los ojos se vean bien. ¿Se logra? ¿Funciona? Más o menos creo que sí. I think more or less yes. Now the problem is the mouth. I think the mouth I'm gonna fix it a little bit. There we go, it looks a bit better than the sketch now. Y aún empezando a convencer a Yomi que es una ensalada. Buena suerte con eso. No va a funcionar. Soy muy consciente. I am very aware. I am a ghost. I may be ghost grass type. But that's all there is to it. Quizás soy tipo fantasma planta, pero eso es todo lo que hay. Okay. I've never given her earrings. Should I maybe? Since we're going with a ring theme, what if we give her ring earrings? Like tiny ones. That looks good, yeah. Let's go with that. Quedamos pendientes de anillo. Okay, we're done. We have finished. We have finished for today. Terminamos por hoy. Okay, not bad at all. 3 base colors, 4 line arts. That was a lot of progress. I thought that some of these line arts would take way longer and they didn't. So, pretty good today. Pensé que algunas de estas líneas tomarían más tiempo, pero no lo han hecho. Así que yo creo que bastante buen trabajo hoy. 4 líneas y 3 colores base. Próximo día seguramente empezaré por darles colores base a los del medio. Y luego quizás líneas a los siguientes. No vamos a hablar del que falta aquí, no. Algún día terminaré su diseño. We're not gonna talk about the guy that's supposed to be here. Someday I will finish his design, I swear. But for now, I think this will be over today. We're gonna leave it here. And I'll be back to continue this on Monday, next Monday. But tomorrow, I'm gonna be here to play a short game called Slay the Alleys. So, you're invited to come and accompany me into Plant Wonderland. So, volveré a continuar los chivis el lunes que viene, pero mañana vuelvo a estar aquí también con un jueguito cortito que se llama Slay the Alleys. Así que os invito a ir al país de las maravillas de las plantas conmigo. But for now, we're gonna go take a break for today. Por hoy voy a tomarme un descanso. Muchísimas gracias por acompañarme hoy. Thank you so much for accompanying me today. For now, take care and I will see you next time. Por ahora, cuidaos mucho y nos veremos en la próxima. Bye bye.